Zach Bell here, and I want to talk to you about the religion that you are probably already part of and you had no idea that you were part of a religion. What are we talking about? It's called spiritual but not religious, or the religion of no religion, and it's being studied by professors in universities around the world as the largest decentralized religious movement that's ever happened on this planet. So I want to talk to you about where it came from, where it's going, and kind of what it all means. So this has been growing for primarily most of the 20th century and into today. And we can trace it back to around the turn of the 20th century. There was a gentleman named Sri Aurobindo who was raised a Brahmin in India and then educated at the King's College in London. When he came home, he wrote a book called The Life Divine, which was the first real attempt to fuse Eastern and Western worldviews and theologies into one. His work's been expanded upon over many years. Carl Jung did a lot of work on that as well, all the way up to about 1945, which is probably the next significant place I've found. There's a gentleman who taught at Stanford University called Friedrich Spiegelberg, and he wrote a paper called Spiritual but Not Religious. And this gentleman inspired two key characters that had a huge impact over the next 40 years. The first one was a gentleman named Michael Murphy, who dropped out of Stanford after taking Friedrich Spiegelberg's class and moved to Auroville, which is Sri Aurobindo's ashram in India. He lived there for a few years, and then when he came back to California, he started a place called the Esalen Institute, which was integral in creating the Human Potential Movement and which has been named the birthplace of the spiritual but not religious movement. This is consciousness yoga, meditation, all of these things that kind of became this religion. The other gentleman that Spiegelberg inspired was a gentleman by the name of Alan Watts, and he said, "Hey, Alan, you should probably come to California. People will be interested in what you have to say here." And Alan Watts basically became the voice and mouthpiece, face of this religion. What do you mean by religion? Well, it's an interesting thing because it's a logical paradox. So, for you to become part of this religion, you have to say you're not religious, and then all of a sudden you are part of, in what is classified by scholars in every way you can study a religion. If I say meditate, you know what that means. If I say pray to a higher power, all of these things are prayers, songs, dances, doctrines, books. It's just decentralized and not organized in the way that, let's say, Catholicism, Judaism, or Islam are. But it's very much a religion in all the ways that religion are. But people have this visceral reaction that are part of it, are like, I'm not religious. Well, I hate to break it to you, you're part of one. It's called Spiritual But Not Religious. The acronym they use is SBNR. We're talking about it as the religion of no religion. You're part of it, hate to break it to you, but we're gonna spend some time, we're gonna talk all about it and learn a lot about it. I think it's gonna be a really fun session.